Hello everyone, this is Ether again, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So today's the last day of voting gauntlet round 2, and I'm on Team Dalthea for the feathers, and we have a bonus right now, so in 26 minutes I do have to come back to this, so you might get some extra random content, but today we are doing arena for the voting gauntlet quest for those flags, so same team as I was running in the last video for arena if I remember correctly, so see how hardcore we fail. It's just whatever. That is the first time I have seen Max Roll running this team, so I think we're gonna lose because it's Hawkeye. And if I have any guess what weapon he's gonna have, it's gonna be Hack-A-Lantern Plus, and we're gonna cry every time. Luckily, it's not Hack-A-Lantern Plus, and it's Slaying Hammer, so we're lucky in that department. Huge struggle here, but we can get some damage on him. It's just a matter of Armor March, which is a massive problem, so also running Ether, so the key here is probably a lot of manipulation.
My turn. Let's go.
Since he has Bold Fighter, it doesn't really matter who he attacks, because he's going to double, so okay. BRB, let me fix notifications. Anyways, most professional video ever. Let's see, how do I want to approach this? We could go this way. There's a lot of issues. First of all, Effie is running Panic Ploy, so that's another issue. I would want to get rid of Zelgius, but the problem is that we'd have everyone chasing that way. We'll give it a try though. It's probably a terrible idea because
Let's go. Yes. Yeah.
we gotta put everyone to the extremes. Okay, that works out okay. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Slaying Spear is 63. So we have 44, 49, 51, 54. So we don't actually take that much damage.
Yes.
Don't want to
Guide me.
rally, so we'll do that. I forgot to turn on animations. This is awkward. So, I have a couple approaches here. There's still Armor March, there's Ether, but I think I should probably just bait into this guy, because we have Ether ready. So we can rally, and of course it's dull close, so it doesn't actually matter, but I mean, why not? Might as well, right? So now we're going to get a nice Ether proc to heal a bit. He lives by 1, which just kind of feels bad, man, because now this is a thing. We have Armor March everywhere across the board,
Yes.
and that's a massive issue.
Yes.
We're just going to have to retreat. There's no way around it. We're going to take a crud ton of damage again, which is bad, of course, but we don't have much of a choice. But luckily, since targeting Nino, we can exploit that
Okay.
and
Let's go.
run around, I believe, in circles. I think. They should be going... Okay, never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking today. This is what happens when you always operate brain dead, man. We have a couple options.
Let's go.
You see, Sharena does not do much damage to him.
Do my best.
Okay, good to know.
Yes.
So our best option is probably Tiki, which is not really a nice option, but so hypothetically speaking, we get a double. We can pull off the double rally and force him to attack into Tiki. The problem with that is that Sharena can't pull off the kill. So if we were to like move Nino, Noe, Deltiki, and Sharena, I'm pretty sure we're not gonna get what we want, but we'll give it a try.
My turn. Guide me.
chance. I'm too lazy to calculate what's actually gonna happen, like most things. Okay. Not the worst, but not the best. We did eliminate Armor March for one turn.
Yes. Do my best. Let's go.
Just gonna have to move in closer like this and sabotage ourselves. Yeah, about that sabotage, man. We'll just have to take out Effie then. That's our best bet.
Let's go.
Can't do anything about that. He's bad, man. Always going after Nino, man.
My turn.
No panic floors, so we can just
Guide me.
rally like this.
Yeah. Do my best.
And now we're up against this Hector here. So we just gotta set up
Yes.
proper positioning. He's probably gonna go down. Yep. So we just,
Let's go.
I
Yeah.
think we just need to do this. And this should be fine.
Guide me.
So like it's definitely conceivable getting kills on these armored units, but if like say that Hawkeye had Hack-O-Lantern Plus and had an actual super strong defense stat, then we would have been screwed. Need defense. I mean, this is what I'm talking about right here. Stuff like this is just nope. Probably, and they're stacking drives as well, which is strong. They are stacking defense tactics, so we could maybe exploit that, but not really. That's really tough to exploit. And then there's also Wogun Plus. I think what we're gonna have to do is stall out Annihilating Ira, which is gonna be super hard because
Let's go.
clearly that's not gonna happen. There's no Armor March either. I should have broke the block, but rip me. We also have to chip Sheena, which is another issue.
My turn. Yes.
So we're gonna do this,
Yeah.
rally up,
Yes.
and just spam on defense tiles because they're 100% balanced, no lie. And this Wogun is not going to be enough, so now Ira's coming in, which is really bad. Because if we want to have a chance of beating Sheena, we only have a couple options. We can charge up an Ether and proc it, because there's no way we can proc it against Sheena. We could debuff her with Ira and just get base damage, but of course we do have 50 attack versus Sheena, so we can do a little bit of damage. But I'm thinking, I'd rather want to use the Ether on Effie, but I think we're gonna have to use it on Ira here. Otherwise, trying to dodge Ira and the armors is a little too much. So we can just do this, get the one shot. Because we do have a respectable amount of attack, but we're gonna have to save Effie for last, because she is buffing for defense.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of options. We can bait with Nino, which is a thing.
My turn. Yes. Guide me.
And having res tactic on Effie helps a lot. So let's see, how do we want to do this?
Do my best.
It's not a lot of damage, it's kind of expected. His defense tiles are balanced, but the key is we can
My turn.
use Nino here.
Let's go.
44, 49, 51, 54. She actually shouldn't attack, so I'll get that extra point of defense because why not? Sheena should attack Nino, I think. Or, oh wait, no, because Sheena does even less than Nino. Okay. Well, I mean,
Let's go.
this is kind of the only scenario we can pull off, and that is right now, at least. And that's getting that Ether proc going, so now we have an Ether setup, which is nice. We can stall and run around for Newell if we want.
Yes.
But we can do a decent amount of damage to her, which means we can set up something. Couple of ways we could set it up. I think we're gonna wait to give Nino a defense tile and then engage. So this Sheena has 41 and we won't charge up our ether, which is nice. We don't have renewal on Nino this time around. We're not running renewal poison strike, so we can't infinitely stall like that. But there's a couple ways we can go about doing this.
Let's go.
Obviously Sheena and defense tile is pretty tanky. So let's see. We want to do at most have 67 attack, which is impossible for Nino, so that's not an issue. How much damage do we do to Sheena off a defense tile? So I would bait because that gives me more damage output, I believe. So let's see, 62 would be 50 attack, so
Okay. Yes.
50 attack. So we would do up to 30 damage.
Do my best.
So it actually
Let's go.
doesn't matter too much how much damage we can pull off here.
Yes. Let's go.
There we go. And we don't even need the ally supply and stuff because Ether procs OP. So that's like one of the only ways to handle Hack-a-Lantern. If you can't isolate the scenario like that and they're like running Arm March or just like an infantry green unit super tanky, charging up Hack-a-Lantern first or even like Baruka, it's just over. You can't set up an Ether proc and do things like that. So that's what's currently making Arena pretty challenging. There's also just general shenanigans, like this Brazen Attack Defense Sheena. Like imagine if the Sheena was running like Brazen Attack Defense with Fortress Defense Seal. Even though it's not optimal for points, of course, so you probably wouldn't see it at the score. But the key here is taking out the buff core and then just isolating Sheena at the end. I think you probably want to engage George first with like Tiki. She won't kill, so that's pretty good. Only thing is Wings of Mercy, of course. So we do have to be minimally concerned about that because George basically has does not have any damage against Tiki, so that's not an issue. I'm kind of thinking, we don't really need to buff Tiki. That's not an issue. Falchion is whatever. You can't get the Tiki unless they do something really weird. So that's not an issue either. I'm thinking of breaking this block and then having Nino go attack this. Then Sharena going. Actually, let's do this.
My turn.
And let's just do this.
Do my best. Yeah.
Alright. So Tiki's going to wall like a champ. Easy peasy.
Yes.
0 times 2, that's great. There's death tiles. So he's being buffed right now, which is really good for him. So we have a couple of options again. We can force him off the defense tile, but he's gonna proc Ether. Not much of a concern for me though. The big concern is probably
Okay.
Wings of Mercy is something to consider.
My turn.
But there's no way in heck Adult Tiki can 1-round KO a Claire, so that's not my concern. What is the special? Blazing Wind? Okay.
Of course. Let's go.
Can just take her out real quick. And George will do pretty minimal damage.
Yes.
Should attack Sharena because he gets murdered by the other two. Can't murder those, you folks. So, yep, there we go. And with any luck, we do some damage to the guy. So now we can stall out Sheena, so that's not an issue for us. We can just go ahead and use our ether proc here to kill. Now we have a couple of options again, like usual.
Yes?
This is Slaying Axe Sheena, so we can actually just
Okay.
probably bait Tiki
Yes.
with
Of
Tiki.
course. My turn.
So let's just do that.
Yes.
So with any luck, Nino does too much damage.
Yes.
Classic. We need to get Sheena onto the defense tile now. There's a brazen attack defense. It's an issue.
Yes.
So she has 50, and we max out at 50. So we actually do have to just stall out with
Let's go.
charging up specials, which is 10 out of 10, obviously.
Do my best.
And we can do something like have Noe absorb an ether, which is not much of a concern for me. We just need to get charges on our special.
Yes.
So we can do this,
Yeah.
and you can see
My turn.
we can just wall.
Yes.
That's not an
Do
issue.
my best.
There we go.
My turn.
And we can get the kill there. Don't have to bait out Sheena, but yeah. If people get Sheena more defense and stuff and deny Sharena any specials, it's incredibly hard to win. But next match. Let's see. Nothing looks too troublesome at first glance. It's mostly Safeguard's kind of interesting. Pretty bulky Zilgius except for his res. We don't look at that. So we can just pair Noe with Sharena here, and we can take out,
Let's go.
basically exploit the tactics to our advantage. Because Noe has enough HP to panic play these buddies. So, yep. They're just sending each other down to the grave at this point.
Yes. Yes.
And Armor March is too slow on this map, so we can get away with this easy bait. Now we can just bait into Marf here.
Yes. Do my best. Yes.
Yeah, he's gone. This one's a incredibly gimme match, basically. This one is a Berkut's Lance FE, which is a problem in terms of Zelgius. So I think what I want to do is run around a little to get more room for positioning, because we have these forest tiles
Yes.
that are annoying, and I don't want to get stuck like I sometimes do. So he has a rally, which allows us to bait here, and then we can just bail,
Good.
which is kind of OP. And Effie has Wary Fighter, and either way we don't kill. So now we've isolated
Let's go. Okay.
Effie, which allows us to,
Turn.
I think we will just
Of course.
do this. And the ether proc really doesn't matter. That's not much of a concern when we can just go turbo on speed buffs and get the kill here. It's like, you can see Zelgius only has 37 speed, so like if we do this,
Yes.
well,
Let's go.
forgot to consider he's running safeguards, so well, there's that. But I mean, you can't do anything because we can just keep running away and healing anyways. So, safeguard, that's pretty interesting build, but he's red and Shrine is blue, so that stacked up defense doesn't mean much. That was like versus not Slaying Hammer Anna. That'd be a challenge. This match is a little tricky. Alright, my phone is running out of battery really quick for some reason, so I had to plug that in. Mur is a massive problem here. The big thing we can exploit is defense tactic and the rallies for attack. to minimize damage. So I think the logical way of going around about this is actually we need to swap places so we can get Nino to attack the, just doesn't really matter, does it? We just need them to break the block and get that easy panic ploy for the next turn. So now I want to bait into corn, I believe. I think that's the play. Except how do I do that?
Of course. My turn?
Oh wait, I should have rallied. Well, that's awkward, but I mean, this will work. There we go. There's one. There's two. And now here's the issue, is that Mur's still around. Thankfully though, we can, I think, wait, let me think.
Yes? Let's go!
I believe this isn't going to work, but we're gonna give it a try. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes?
I didn't position it right. Oh well, we're just gonna play our face sticky here to get charges. And we're gonna move up. Okay, so we have a couple options. We can bait with Nino. Just gonna have, actually we probably can't bait with Nino. 50, 52, 54. Darn, that's a little awkward. So we're gonna have to enter in here. Okay. Now we can get a chance at setting up with that.
Let's go. Of course. Guide me.
What's the situation looking like here? Oh, it's poison strike. That's over. It's over. Easy.
My turn.
There we go. Yep, not incredibly challenging. So my idea was forcing a rally loop, but forgot to consider Mur had a better spot to rally from. So it didn't work. There's so many things to remember, and when you're brain dead, you never consider any of it. Feels bad, man. Alright, next match. Got an Owain, pretty simple. This phase just challenging because of the HP pool, but that allows me to bait with Tiki, so that's not much of a problem. Anyways, we're probably just going to go for a turn 1 panic ploy play. So we're just gonna do the giant line of units strategy. And of course, because I'm not paying attention, there's a forest tile there. That doesn't work at all. Oh my gosh. I'm doing very well today. Okay, since there's attack tactic, Faye's gonna do a chunk to Nino if we do bait like that. So
Let's go.
I think it's better for us to just wait.
Let's go.
Alright, now we can set this up.
Guide me. Okay.
Faye's gonna be coming in pretty quick, so we have that to worry about. Okay, now we have Faye to deal with.
Yes?
So we have a couple options. There's always the Tiki bait, which is incredibly strong.
My turn.
Trina's damage output's pretty low.
Let's go.
Noe's completely trash for this. Faye actually doesn't do that much. So let's think about this.
Yes.
If we want
Do my best.
to. Nino's not gonna do much to Faye, that's the problem. Maybe we don't want her to do that much, so that allows us to get the Tiki attack in. It's not a terrible idea.
Yes? Of course.
I'm not gonna bother doing the calcs here, just for
Let's go.
testing things out, because why not?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Guide me.
Okay. 49. 41.
Of course. My turn.
This is quite awkward.
Let's go.
Feels bad, man.
Yes. Let's go.
Rip. I think we have to kill off Faye. I don't know what I was thinking.
My turn. Yes. Of course.
Yeah. Rip.
My turn. Yeah.
Oh well. This is just arena derping. Should really practice a lot more because it's actually super complicated. We can just get away with this.
Guide me. Do my best.
Not running panic ploy. We're gonna get a juicy hit off of ether, so should be a simple clear if we just end turn again. There we go. That's why CC Renewal Nino is kind of useful, because if you take some damage, you can get some chip off. Briefly checking voting gauntlet. And now we will have a quick voting gauntlet intermission. Okay. So, let's see. We're just going to put Hector in to get trolled. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm up next.
This is very awkward. I don't know what I was doing. We're just gonna surrender. Feels bad, man. The one thing with this is a voting gauntlet now is that you can just go back in. Man, I'm so brain dead. I don't know what I was thinking. Because I was like, I'll just bait Veronica, and then I didn't realize she could just attack over the mountain. So awkward.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
I rate 10 out of 10.
What can I do? Yeah.
What can you do? Probably not much. We'll just have Effie do the work. Bold fighter Effie doing all the work now.
Let's go. Yes.
Who to crush?
There we go, and he's probably not going to die to Delphia, but I mean,
All right.
never mind, he's too slow. I was thinking it was a faster Spring Crom. But that's voting gauntlet real quickly. So we're trying to rack up score really quickly at the end to get some decent feather scoring. But we'll see what happens, because round 2 there's always people that save all their flags from round 1. So anyways, back to arena. And we have to do one more set of 3. Or technically we only have to win one more match, but this is an incredibly threatening team if you haven't figured that out already. So let's see. Okay, here's the plan. We don't die, Kappa.
My turn.
Okay.
Of course.
That's a little problem. I wanted to get the panic play off, but alright, because she has restore plus, we're trying to troll with that. Because he has Gronway, Raven, and Wings of Mercy and all that stuff, he's going to attack into Sharena, which is what we want. And the Wings of Mercy is only on him.
Okay. Yes.
So that allows us for some funny shenanigans. Of course, he gets a rally up attack, but it's actually a debuff. So that's not much of a concern for us. The concern now is the fact that Shiro is
Do my best.
tanking a lot. So
My turn.
I think we'll just do it. That seems pretty logical. More like illogical, but whatever.
Yes?
Nino versus Inigo is an auto kill. I don't want Blazing Wind, so I'll do this
Guide me.
and this. Inigo is going to be quite tanky, which is an issue.
Okay. Yes?
We can kill her, but she has Raffle Staff and Panic Ploy. So rip.
Let's go. Do my best.
Yeah, there's no way we can get around this, can we?
My turn.
We're just gonna do it. Whatever. At this point, it's kind of like whatevs. Yeah, that's a kill.
My turn.
So we can we'll just annihilate the rest of the team here.
Guide me.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
These kind of teams are incredibly difficult because of Inigo being a ranged dancer, and having Restore Plus built in is quite annoying as well. So
Yes.
this is like the kind of teams I need to practice against, but in reality, most of the time I will not be facing these kind of teams, but you can because of Green Dual Infantry and Colorless Dual Infantry. So definitely need to patch up on that, but I mean, I just do these arena videos just in case I randomly find a cool team. I mean, I guess this would be considered a cool team, like, not, I don't know. This is just challenging because of Blade Tome, honestly. Everyone else is not much of a problem. Of course, Arena negates nullifies, not negates, all the buffs anyways.
Okay.
That's not much of a concern to us. So now, because she's not running aerobatics, we can just bait
Do my
here
best.
for a turbo buff engine. I forgot the feint was a thing, but does it really matter? No. Okay. And because we can just directly engage. And Faye should probably attack first, if I were to guess. Yep. She probably lives, which is why she did that. And Noe doesn't even live. Because Noe is definitely a good unit, Kappa.
My turn.
And that's a pretty simple match. A lot of the matches are they're kind of a challenge, but they're mostly pretty straightforward. It's mostly intuition at this point. It's like, what should I do? And then when you actually have to try hard, like when you see a Veronica here, that's going to end your run because you have to force the bait like over this way and you can't, so that's a massive problem. Good thing though is that she's slower. Giant question mark.
Guide me. My
So we're actually going to be doing this. So Veronica's theoretically going to go here, so we want to do this. You basically have to do this really early. And now the massive problem is actually getting her to come down without attacking Tiki or Noe. Because if she does attack, she's going to be sitting on a defense tile with a positive differential in speed. Oh my gosh. We could put Sharina here and leave Noe to get annihilated by some damage. I mean, that could work.
Yes.
Probably what we're gonna have to do, and these buddies are coming in really fast, so that's bad, but we can deal with that. But this is kind of what you have to do if you see Veronica. It's pretty bad. Luckily though, they're running reposition, so we can abuse that. Should have rallied there, but oh well. So now we can just force some repositions with Nino. There we go. Which allows us to get more room. This is why if you don't properly use reposition, you can just abuse it. It's so easy. And again, because Sharena nullifies all these field buffs, Levitain does absolutely nothing. So
Yes.
easy cheese.
Let's go.
There we go. And there we go. Yep. So now we have to
Let's go.
have a couple of options again. We can just throw up Tiki up here and have her do the work and run the panic ploy,
Of course.
which I think is probably the best option. Giant question mark on that though.
My turn. Okay. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Do my best.
Okay, let's see. That's a bad idea. Nope. Not doing that. Okay.
Yes.
Yuzmer's gonna attack from the defense tile, which is kind of a problem. She also has threat and defense, not that it actually matters. I mean, it only matters against Nino, so...
Yeah. My turn. Yes. Guide me. Of course. Yes. Yes. Guide me. My turn.
Okay, here's the deal. This is what we're gonna do. This should work not pretty nicely. And now
Yes.
we are able to bait Myrrh off the defense tile. Right. Let me double check some
Of
things.
course. Yes. Guide me. Let's go. My turn.
And she can't double, that's fine. Ooh, that's a problem.
Yes. Do my best. Let's go.
Yep, we took her out of quick riposte range, so we can do this.
Yes.
And take her out. Faye's gonna take the defense tile, which I shouldn't be too concerned about
Of
anyways.
course. Yes.
There's no way Faye would attack
Guide me. My turn.
Tiki, so we can just do this.
My turn.
Now we're just gonna have to absorb the ether. Not much we can do there.
Of course. Yeah. Yes. Let's go.
And so now we're just gonna sit here and turtle, pretty much.
Yes.
Because we can, we can get up our ether before she does if we bait, and we can renewal stall, so it's not a problem.
Do my best.
There we go. And she's never gonna attack Adult Tiki in any of those instances because she does damage to Serena and both kill her, so. There we go. That's gonna be it for this episode. If you're curious what 3729 scores, it's not enough. It's never going to be enough for staying in tier 21, but that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.